Hey, Moio Nation. We Moio everywhere we go. I've got a word for you today. The word is integrity. Integrity is defined as having the ability to be honest and have strong moral principles and stand by those. And it is a word that I've taken seriously my entire life. Yesterday, I had an incident where I had to make a decision about events that would or wouldn't take place. I believed in my own morality and ethics that going forward with what we were discussing did not go against my morality or my ethics, and therefore I didn't have a problem going forward with it. However, there was some people involved in the situation who I hold as dear friends and rely on them for help all the time. They felt differently. They felt that perhaps it did compromise ethical standards in their own mind and moral standards in their own mind if we went ahead and proceeded. So there was a bit of a dilemma, because in my own mind I wanted to proceed. I did not see the issue, but I had to take a step back and say to myself, it's not about me. It's about all of us as a community. And I had to rationally evaluate, get past my emotions, get past my feelings, and rationally evaluate how it would affect everyone involved. And I was taken first to a verse in 1 Corinthians 10:23 that says, "For me, all things are permissible, but not all things are profitable." And what that means to me is, yeah, there's sometimes when you can go ahead and you can do something, you can proceed in a certain way, and there's really nothing wrong with it. But the question you have to ask is, how does it affect others? And if what you're planning on doing or considering doing affects others in a negative way or causes them to compromise their integrity, then you shouldn't proceed. It's that simple. And then I was taken to the words of Marcus Aurelius, who I've been reading his book called Meditations lately, and it said, to go against the good of society is mutiny. So I have friends that I rely on, that I work with, and for me to proceed with what I thought was good, but at the same time compromise their integrity, would be ultimately bad. Now, the problem with this decision is that oftentimes when we have to make these decisions, we're in the midst of a storm and the wind is blowing hard, and it's hard to get into a state of your mind where you can rationally think through it. A couple of years ago, my sons and I climbed a mountain near Breckenridge, Colorado, named Mount Lincoln, 14,200 feet. As we climbed on the summit ridge, the wind was blowing 25, 35 miles an hour out of the north, and we were just getting hammered. Hard to even think. We just had to keep going, one step after the other. We got to the summit, we sat on top of the summit and had this beautiful view, but just being buffeted by the wind. So we stepped down off the summit, and a few feet down off the southern edge of the cliff face, and there was no wind. Quiet, solitude, rest. And we could enjoy the view even better, and we could think. And sometimes when decisions like I've just talked about come, we got to step down, step back into the solitude of our mind and rationally consider every aspect and make the right decision. And when we do, we make the most of that opportunity to make the right decision. And we mow-yo everywhere we go. Now let's go.